everybody. So happy to be here. So happy to see you all. Welcome to another edition, episode, installment of
Just one.
Just one thing. Welcome to another episode of the JayElle Journey. I'm Jay.
And I'm Elle.
And we are so happy to be with you again this week for what I feel like is going to be our best topic so far.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. I feel like this is going to be our best topic so far because we get so many questions about it.
We do.
So, but before we get into the zhuzh, how you doing, baby?
I'm doing good, baby. It has been, I'm back in the swing of things at work. Your girl got back on the horse, so I'm doing good. My birthday celebration was amazing. I'm so happy that you made it to LA and we had a whirlwind of a weekend. We stayed trying to vlog, but and you know what? I've been thinking about this all week to share with you, and I haven't technically shared it with you yet. And I get on myself about not vlogging and taking these pictures and doing all these things, but it's when you are here and when you are in my presence, I'm just so excited and I'm just living in the moment that I truly do forget. Because I am just with you and trying to absorb all of the love before you leave. So then I really do forget. So yeah. I wanted to share that with you today because when you were here, it was a really amazing weekend. We did a lot with the fam, the friends, and then we had our personal time. So it was just really great. So this week was amazing because I had all that vibe to go into it with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm good. Work is going good. I got some good news. Before I came to LA.
Oh, yeah.
So I had some good news before I came to LA, which is good. I got a few properties under contract. Seeing you was amazing, of course, is always a good time. Now we're in a situation where we are not going to be able to spend as much time together in these spurts as we did before. And we talked a little earlier about this, but coming home this time was the hardest because now this is the new normal.
I know. And it's like, it is a little bit more difficult. Like we knew this was going to happen, but I think we were so spoiled in those moments of having such long stretches together that it didn't feel like when I did come home that we were apart. Like I would come home for a week or 2 weeks and then I come right back and then I'd stay for 6 weeks. And then, so this is,
it's the new normal.
It's a part of our journey.
It's a part of the journey. That's why everybody's tuning in. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm good. Spending time with you and the fam bam and the friends for your birthday was a good time. I mean, LA is always a good time. Hit the 2 properties in.
Yeah.
We'll probably post some pictures because I know we still got a lot of pictures to post and some video clips. We'll put that on Instagram for y'all.
Absolutely.
Okay. But today's subject, y'all ready to get into it?
Let's get into it.
Today's subject, we're talking about why Elle and I are not having children.
Pause.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's a big thing. Everyone expects, like, you date, you get married, you have a family, then the family is the kids, but then you have kids, right? And that's just not what we're choosing. And we really had to have conversations again. First of all, all we do is talk. That's what we're on here talking to y'all. But before we talk to y'all, Jay and I have conversations on conversations on conversations. Right. We talk about everything. Yeah. And this is one of the conversations that we had early on is that it is our choice to not have kids. Now we both have, let me get it right. I have 3 and you have 2. Yeah. Godchildren. Mm-hmm. Okay, he technically has 4. He has
We ain't established that relationship yet.
Look, he has 2 official and 2 honorary. So between the 2 of us, we have 7 amazing God kids. And that is what we've decided is going to be enough for us.
Yeah. We want to be those people where the God kids can come to us for a few weeks and we do all of the stuff and then send them back home.
And we have other nieces and nephews who, well, you don't have any nieces and nephews, but I have other nieces and nephews as well.
Yeah.
And I think, again, and I always say this, it is really important to have the conversations and to be very honest, because I know that if one person decides I don't want kids and the other person is like, well, I want to be with you, so I guess I don't want to have kids either. We were lucky in the fact that we both came into it really knowing that this wasn't going to be a part of our journey.
Yeah. And go ahead, baby.
Go ahead, baby. We are the same person. Go ahead, baby.
So I was going to say, though, I think people are going to want to hear, and I'm definitely going to share, but from your perspective, even before meeting me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you had already made the decision that you weren't having kids. Yeah. And that was similar for me as well. But what do you think were the motivations behind that? And then why did you continue that motivation when you started kicking it?
Okay, kicking it. So I think my journey was a little bit different than yours, where, when I was younger, I think I did want kids and I did want a family and I was excited about that. And then as I had my first godchild, I was like, "Ooh, this is a lot, but I love you. And this is all, whatever." And then as I continued on in getting older, I was just like, at this stage of my life, it's not something that I want to pursue anymore. So when I met you, I already knew I've always been a person that had a checklist of things like, okay, when I turn 30, I need to own my first home. When I turn that's just my personality, right? I need to check the check boxes. Mm-hmm. And I just knew by 40, if I didn't have kids, I was like, this is just not going to be a thing for me. Mm-hmm. You hear of friends at that age that struggle trying to get pregnant and just, I could even tell in taking care of my god kids. I had my first god kid when I was 25. I had my first, I had her, but I was very much so involved. You know what I mean?
The words you use, I had my first god kid, like I delivered, like. Right.
But my godchild, I was very involved in her life. I was 25. I would take care of her, take her to school, pick her up. We had our thing, and then at 35, I had my second, and I was like, "Ooh, this is a difference." Mm-hmm. And then at 40, I had another guy. My friend had a kid, and I'm the godmother. And I, that's why I was in New Orleans taking care of my god kid for 30 days, and I was like, I am wore out. Like I do not have the stamina to keep up with these children. Yeah. Like I used to. And I think that was a motivating factor for me, where I felt like I haven't lived a lot of my own life yet, let alone the life that I want to build with you. And then when do we fit these kids in? You know what I mean? And I'm already, what do they call a geriatric? I would be a geriatric pregnancy at this point.
The disrespect. I'm gonna need them to call it something else.
Look, that's a medical term. That ain't my term. That's a medical term. But you know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I'm like, and also the complications that come along with that. And we've talked about this as well in taking those risks. And, as y'all can see, I'm overweight. So that's a whole other thing. So yeah, that's my journey up until now, and like why I had made that decision.
Yeah. I feel you on a lot of that. For me, mine is slightly different, as I never really aspired to want to have kids. It was always, my response to not having kids was, I'm unenthusiastic about being a parent. Okay. And for various reasons, I saw, like, if I had to deal with what my mother had to deal with raising me, then I don't want any parts of it. Okay. It's like, you don't know if you're going to be in this by yourself. And I was raised by a single mother, and I wouldn't want to bring a child into a situation where both parents aren't in the house. The other thing is, I make a lot of decisions with my pocketbook. Do you know how much I Googled this. Do you know how much it costs to raise a kid now? Like if you had a baby today, how much it would cost to raise that kid until they're 18? Do you know how much it is?
I would love to know, honey.
$272,000
I'm sorry, a year or from 1 to 18? What do you mean?
from birth to 18.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Like, you may not think that's a lot. I think that is exorbitant. On top of financing college and possibly grad school, because also one of the things I said that I wanted to do if I had kids was I'm fully funding their education. You know, so I'm just like, nah, this don't really fit.
Yeah, this math ain't really mathing.
The math ain't mathing. And also,
and don't have more than one.
And don't have more than one. And then being this age and you have one and then you have another one 2 years later, I'm starting to clock over. So now I'm not done until I'm like early 60s raising kids. Like, who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? But also,
look, community, no disrespect. We're just telling you about our own journey and how we feel about this, true. Right? I always say we're gonna be dinks, double income, no kids.
I love that. Dual income, no kids, dinks. You need to put it on a t-shirt. So, but and the other thing though, to the dinks comment is, and I think I might have got this from Oprah, but she knew, like, her not having kids was, I think she was sexually abused and got pregnant as a result of that, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Like, I don't want to be messing up Oprah's bio, but ultimately why she didn't have kids was because she basically knew, and here's how I took it. She couldn't go as hard. She knew she would not be able to go as hard in her career if she had a kid. Mm-hmm. And I aspire to be free from money. I'm an only child. These are all factors that play into why Jason doesn't want to have kids. I'm an only child. I want what I want when I want it. I don't want to have my time monopolized by somebody or something else. Like, I don't roll like that. And you have a child, they're there with you forever. You know what I'm saying?
Look, it's hard to even for me to monopolize your time, let alone I can see a kid just
and everybody says that when or people who have kids, oh my God, it's so amazing when they do come, you're going to be so happy. You're not going to be able to imagine your life without them. And I believe that.
Yeah.
I totally believe that. But what if I had a kid that was an asshole?
Well, they some of them are, but
yeah. And I'm just like, I have a problem with that. Like, I really have a problem. I would have a problem raising a child that was an asshole and inconsiderate and selfish.
I would hope that we would try to raise our children with some cool.
Yeah, facts. But like, you just never know.
Yeah, true. You can do the best job with them, and you still never know, what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? One of the other things I wanted to talk about is, knowing that one another, because it's just going to be me and you, is enough. And how do you know that, and how do you, live with that for the rest of your life when you make this decision? Because I think that is really important when you do make this decision that you're not going to have children, that that one another is going to be, our jam, baby. Just me and you. Okay.
But I'm leaving that in. But it's like, but to your point, it's also because some people have kids because of legacy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I feel like we can leave a legacy in society without having kids. Mm-hmm. And the other reason why people might have kids is that, who's going to take care of that person when they're in their old age, right? Mm-hmm. And from my perspective, it's just going to be me and you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we're going to have to work out our care some other ways, knock on wood that we stay happy and healthy.
Your head wooden?
It's wood. Knock on wood that we stay healthy until 100 and we just both
Yeah.
die in our sleep on the same day. So we won't have to worry.
The things that come out of your mouth sometimes. What?
That's how I want to go. You know, I don't want to be here without you, and I'm, you know, I don't aspire for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that is, I mean, I was thinking about that a lot. Like, just being able to travel and do things together and just build our life together, will be fun.
Yeah.
But, as you get older, is that still enough? And I mean, I think you just have to build a really solid relationship. I think that we've been doing all of the steps,
Yes.
asking all of the questions, having all of the conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we're gonna be all right.
How do you feel? What do you think your parents think about you not having children?
That's a great question. I know it's hard for them because they don't have any grandchildren. And I don't know that my sister aspires to have kids either. She's also a couple of years behind me. So she's also, dealing with the same things as I am, just getting older and, not knowing. And she's not in a relationship at the moment. But I know it is tough for them. But I really had to stand my ground and have the conversation with them that this isn't a thing. And I know they're still hanging on to hope somehow. But I think it's definitely more difficult for my parents. And I think it's a difficult conversation to have, because I think when, they love you. And so they're like, oh, this is so great. Now you guys can have this family. And we're just like, oh,
Yeah.
And it's like, it's hard. It's hard having that conversation with them, especially, to people that don't have grandkids and, all their friends have grandkids, and they've been ready. They've been ready. I literally tell my friends all the time, please bring your children over there.
Right.
So they can experience grandparenthood.
Right. I feel you. My mother she's very supportive of my decisions, and she's just like, as long as you are happy,
And that's the most important thing, for us.
She's not pushing children on me at all, and here's what I'll say, and I haven't told you this either. If you changed your mind
Mm-hmm.
about maybe not giving birth, okay,
Mm-hmm.
but taking care of a kid some other way or adopting or something like that, I would be open to the conversation.
We've had that conversation though.
Yeah.
We actually, we haven't talked about that specifically. It was more if I happened to randomly have a kid one day.
Right.
It was me getting pregnant. It wasn't other means, but yeah, you did say you were open to it. And I think that I love that idea. Like, what we always say, everything is always on the table. Everything is on the table until it ain't.
Until it ain't. And so, I feel like we're very confident in our decisions now. But who knows what the world and God and the universe is going to bring.
Exactly.
That might make us pivot from what we're saying right now. So
absolutely.
That's how we rock it. But until then, we're gonna be like, oh, y'all got kids, y'all gotta go. Oh, we're gonna sit here and have some more drinks.
Right. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Love y'all.
And don't call us in the morning because we'll be sleeping.
Right, because we're gonna be on our way to the Maldives as a matter of fact.
For real.
That's amazing. I love it.
Make sure you share, like, subscribe, shoot us emails. You know what I'm saying? We love to hear from you. We're at the JayElle Journey on YouTube, at the JayElle Journey on Instagram, and the JayElle Journey at gmail.com. We love to hear from you. Please reach out.
Comment, let us know what y'all think about not having kids, being a dual income, no kids. How many kids do you guys have? And when do you guys plan to stop? And how old are y'all? How old are y'all having these kids? I need to know all of the information for the no kids conversation.
Give us all the tea.
All the tea. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate y'all rolling with us on the journey. See y'all next time.